also been talking a lot about rebounding, and I know after last game with Darius out, you want to push the tempo and run. What is the balance of wanting your guards to, I mean, obviously a long rebound is different than a short rebound, but crash in a sense, but also push that tempo?
I mean, that's where the tempo starts for us. Especially like a team tonight that shoots a bunch of threes, there's going to be a lot of long rebounds. So our guards, if they come up with those long rebounds, now they're heading up the floor, momentum is carrying them, and they've got an advantage. So tonight's going to be a big night for our guards rebounding the ball.
And I know you don't like talking about yourself, but you were just named Coach of the Month, and it's the first time that's happened with you. Is there any sense of whether it's validity or how do you feel when you hear that, even though you don't love being talked about?
Right. I mean, it's appreciation for the circumstances that I'm in. It's an appreciation for being able to work for an organization that supports me. It's an appreciation for those guys in the locker room, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's them. And then it's about the staff that I work with every single day. So this isn't, a sole reflection of me. It's a reflection of everybody that's a part of it. But getting an opportunity to work with a group that I get to work with every day, that's where I just, I'm really and truly appreciative.
Does it do anything in terms of, okay, you're on the right track, and here's an accolade that shows that you're on the right track? Does that not matter?
No, that doesn't matter. Again, it's an honor. Don't get me wrong, and I don't want to short that by any means. But again, what it speaks to is the group. None of these individual awards are about individuals. It's about the group that they're with, and how they support each other, and that's where all the successes come from.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, JV.
What's up, Chris?
You were close with KP when he was here, and he didn't play in the game back in Cleveland. What's your view of the way that he has grown since going to Houston?
I mean, he's carrying a lot of more responsibility. They're putting the ball in his hand a ton and asking him to do a lot. Playing more of the point guard or the lead guard position. You have to make sure that not only you're doing what you need to do, but you're taking care of everybody else, making sure everybody else is fed as well. So there's a lot of responsibility that's on him. I think we've seen, how talented he is. The different things that he can do with the ball in his hands, and even defensively, he can take on challenges. So I'm happy to see his progress. Happy to see all of his successes.
I was going to say, what kind of emotions do you have, if any, when you see a guy like that you work so closely with, having the kind of success that he's having?
I mean, that's it's what it's about, right? You don't get into coaching, teaching, or whatever for yourself. You get in it to do for others. And you take great pride in seeing other people's achievements, especially people who you've spent a ton of time with and build great relationships with, and have a true emotional connection. Like, all you want to do is see those people be successful. So it's a credit to all the work that he's put in, the time he's put in, what Steven has done with him, the time that he's put in with him, the care that he's put into him. I think Steven is the perfect fit for him. I think he can help him reach his full potential.
Steven said that he reached out to you when they were thinking about going after him. What did you say to Steven?
I keep that between the two of us, yeah. But it's, there's, things about relationship building that I thought he should know, and how to get, and reach KP the best way.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey, The Athletic. Jay, we've talked recently about not wanting the offense to get stagnant. Without Darius, what's kind of the goal, or how do you do so when you're kind of putting Jetty in that spot and trying to use other people to help manufacture your offense?
The ball has to touch different people. I think that's the thing for us, especially now where we're fortunate. Like, our big guys have the ability to pass and make plays. So we can put the ball in our big guys' hands, and we can create on both sides of the floor. And now there's more movement, and guys aren't just standing and watching. The pick and roll, people kind of get set in their spots and wait for the defense to make a mistake. But the way that we want to play with our, with Darius being out, is more movement to create triggers and then get us into our paint attacks and driving kick stuff.
Anything else in the room?
Kevin said that
Name and affiliation.
Adam Spillane, Sports Radio 16. Kevin said that the two of you still talk quite a bit. I'm wondering just how much are you paying attention to what he's doing on a day-in, day-out basis?
I mean, as much as I can watch, I watch. As much as, I read, I can read and I try to pay attention to. You don't spend that amount of time with someone and then easily just separate, and even though, he went and created his own, separate path, I watch him a ton. And again, support him from as far as best I can.
Jackson Gatlin, Locked On Rockets. Coach, what do you see when you look across the aisle at the younger guys that Steven Silas has, and that he's at the helm of right now?
I mean, there's a ton of talent. There's a lot of guys who have, like high level skill and ability. And that's what, this league comes down to is, teams are just putting as much skill on the floor as you possibly can. And I think, this group, especially, being able to play with the size of those guys, like they've got big guards who can play different positions and be versatile, score different ways. So I think they're what the future of the league looks like is that size and skill.
Okay, Marlon, Zoom.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, JB, just, I don't know, I hope I didn't miss this at the beginning. I had no sound. With Darius, is this like a game-to-game thing, or have you decided that maybe he needs rest, or I just wondered how you're looking at this?
It'll be a day-to-day thing. We'll keep it that way.
And I just wanted to ask about the guys in the Rising Stars. Like I said, hope I didn't miss that. But just, do you think that will, I don't know, does it help them just give them more confidence than they already have to play in that?
I mean, I think it's the acknowledgement of the league. And to me, that's, that one in particular that's voted on by, coaches and the assistant coaches, shows a respect of people who really study and watch the game. And, to select out individuals amongst, the 30 teams, it says a lot about the respect that they've earned around the league and their reputation around the league. And, again, they're not guys who, just put up gaudy numbers, right? So they're guys that impact winning, and people have studied that and paid attention to that and earned a respect for it.
Thank you.
Last one, Chris.
Yeah, JB, we talked last year about trying to look at some of these other teams that made the rise from bottom to top. And you said, you were looking at some of those other success stories. And now teams may be looking at you the same kind of way. And what does that mean when another team may be saying, oh, we want to be like the Cavs, we want to be the team that does what they do? That's hard, for me to answer, honestly, because I don't feel like we're not finished yet, and I think for us, when you want to be able to look back and say, oh, we did the job, the season has to come to a finale. And then you can say, okay, we've done it. And then next year we show up and we do it again. To me, that's the true measure of success is over that distant time. So it's hard for me to say, that teams are looking at us in any particular way. What I hope they see is how our guys play, how they play together, the chemistry that they've built, how hard they play, how they compete. Like, to me, I hope that's what other teams see and say, hey, that's where your foundation lies. And that's where our foundation lies is, our togetherness and our chemistry and our effort. Like, that's where our foundation lies. So, if that's what teams see, then I think that's the compliment.